Tra'vell Boone. 29 years old, professional Muay Thai and a professional MMA fighter. I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up with Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, stuff like that, but as a kid, I was always interested in old school martial art flicks, you know what I mean? You challenge me, you die. It was a natural want to try to figure out how to get in that realm. With my background and where I came from, it was kind of unrealistic because there weren't really many avenues to pursue it. Somewhere down the line, I remember seeing the first UFC, like the Vale Tudo rules, and it was kind of like, oh, okay, well, fighting's real. I was like, okay, and that's exactly what Vale Tudo was, which is a matter of all styles coming together and seeing who's the best. So it piqued my interest in and of itself. And long story short, I was finally able to get to a place to where the first gym I went to was down in Arlington, Texas, and as a Christmas present, I was able to get a gym membership, and as they say, the rest is history. I was a kid that I wanted to try different things because I could see as a whole, being an observant child that I was, I could see as a whole most people did things or liked things or they were a part of the collective because everybody else was doing it, and they couldn't give me a good reason as to why. Or at least for me, most of my motivation to do things stemmed from the only reason people wouldn't do it was because it was different or it seemed hard. And then to me, it was I liked the challenge. The challenge was always something that interested me. So when I found a martial art, and Muay Thai was the first thing I found, the community I grew up with was everybody, oh, I got my hands. I don't need to kick, I got my hands. And then that led to me actually studying the culture, looking into the sport itself, the way they carried themselves, the way it seemed. It sparked something in me because I tried all kind of different sports and it didn't really settle well with me. But when I really got into Muay Thai, as far as understanding where it came from and what it is and how I responded to it, as far as my interest and the way my body attuned to it, it felt like it was something meant for me. Muay Thai is pain, in the sense that, just like I tell my students, pain is the best teacher. Because I can talk until my face is blue, I can try to give you all type of experiences that I've been through and all type of examples. I can try to tell you the proper way to do it. I can explain it to you in the way that I've learned it or different ways that it was explained to me. But at the end of the day, you're gonna get tired of getting hit. You're gonna get tired of kicking and hitting the wrong things, and eventually, you also have to develop your ability to embrace the pain because it's a natural part of it. Whether it's me delivering pain, me receiving pain, or injuries and little stuff that kind of comes with the territory because it is a contact sport. They're one and the same. You can't have one without the other. It's as much a part of it as water's ability to reflect sunlight. You know what I mean? Because without it, there'd be no way to decipher who's the best. Because somebody's gonna get hurt, and you'd much rather it be the other person. Favorite failure? That's interesting. The losses that I have had are all because of me. They were my fights to lose, and I can look back on them and I know exactly why. And it's not an ambiguous, I should have did this more, I should have did more pads, I should have did more road work. A lot of it was mental. I definitely feel like this sport is 90% mental. In some cases, yes, it's a skill thing, but a lot of times the will must be stronger than the skill. Even with the wins that I've had that were close or I can complain about and I don't like, my mind was I was much more serious, I was much more focused, whereas my quote-unquote most recent loss, or the last loss that I've had, I went into it probably more arrogant than I ever have before, in the sense that I felt like because I was winning the way that I was, it was like, I'll be fine. I'll warm up. It'll be all right. I'll be okay. When this was the one time that the other guy was more serious than I was. I like the phrase favorite failure because it's something I'll never forget. Like, I'm friends with the guy. Like, that's the thing I love about Muay Thai is it's not personal. Most of the people I fought, we follow each other. We've been following each other's journeys. I appreciate them because that's what's in the back of my mind in the sense that I'll never let it happen again. Hard work is it's a multifaceted term because I'm my mother's most stubborn child. In some cases, it's good to work hard, but you could be working hard in the wrong environment or towards the wrong thing, or you could be putting yourself into a position where you're giving more than you're receiving, whether it be a job, whether it be a relationship, whether it be something like a martial art. But in my opinion, with something like a martial art, because it is ultimately self-expression, just like I tell my students, it boils down to you work as hard as you want to get better. I believe that because it's a constant growth cycle, it's a constant humbling process, and there is no such thing as perfection. I feel like the people that are more experienced than you that you are learning from should be the ones to tell you whether or not you're doing too much. Otherwise, you should be busting your butt. You should be the one. They shouldn't have to look for you. They shouldn't have to motivate you. They shouldn't have to give you or make you have a proper attitude to push yourself. When it comes time to be up under those lights, when it comes time to perform, your hard work and the focus that you've had and the preparation that you put into it will all come to light. Patience, belief, and an open mind. Patience because not everybody's talented. That's why I don't like people calling me talented, because if I was talented, things would have come to me a lot easier. I'd be more naturally attuned to certain things, and in certain cases you have savants, or they call them phenoms. If you're a constant student, at no point do you feel like you've learned enough, and you are always open to new information. And what I mean by belief is you have to understand that you don't know what you don't know. To be able to keep yourself motivated, to keep yourself coming and taking the lumps and getting dumped on your head and kicking the wrong things and injuring yourself and still having the motivation to get up and keep coming back, you have to love it or you're gonna hate it. You have to believe in your coaches, you have to believe in your training, you have to believe in yourself, because striking is confident. And there are going to be times where it just sucks. Like, a lot of people don't know, this journey sucks. It sucks a lot. Well, to do this long term, it's definitely, it becomes a part of your life. It is a lifestyle. There's no way to do this at a high level without doing it. Because I was willing to work so hard for it, because I felt like it was actually something that I was meant for, that it was something that was destined for me, that maybe I could show others like me that you don't have to be talented, you don't have to already have natural ability, you don't have to come from money. But if you work hard enough and believe in yourself and you're willing to do what it takes to get there, then I can inspire those like me to do so. I'm also the first professional athlete on both sides of my family, as well as being an influence in my family to make healthier choices. And it's hard to extrapolate the type of information, or at least my experience, as well as my struggles, when there's nobody else like me. Growing up, there's no other black kids from North Nashville trying to do professional Muay Thai, so there was nobody for me to reach out to. And me being close to my family like I was, I knew that they worried, and because I'm an empath and I feed off their emotions, me making them worried would make me feel bad. But then me understanding that me trying to explain my struggles to them would just make them more worried, is what made me not try to explain it to them until I was able to produce enough results to come back and be like, this is why. It's been a roller coaster. It's helped mold me into who I am. It's helped me help others. It's helped me pass on that flame like I've wanted. I can say that along my way, I have been able to help others. I have been able to inspire others. I have been able to establish myself in a way that I've worked so hard for, which is I just want to be a pillar of American Muay Thai in and of itself, which, you know, I still got some work to do. I truly felt like I was destined for this. I felt like I was made for it. So without me taking the risks that I had, I wouldn't have the experiences that I've had. I wouldn't be where I'm at now. For me, it's really showing people, showing the world that, one, I'm capable, anything is possible, that if I can do it, you can do it. And I've always just wanted my name to be synonymous with Muay Thai. People may not know what Muay Thai is, but they know my name, and they know that every time they're gonna tune in, they're in for a show.